I feel like flow state just kind of is what it is. I don't think it's a good or bad thing. I think it's just kind of like you find like your moment and you do.
Yeah, because like if you're in the studio, right?
Yeah.
Would you say you hop in a flow state?
I would say so.
Because what's like the process? Do you go in, you have stuff written, or do you just go off the top?
Yeah. So like I don't know. For me, it's like a good mix. Like I try to have a good mix to where I'll go in, I'll write stuff because like I love to write, to be honest. But like I also love making beats. So I feel like the beats is more of like a flow state thing where I could really just kind of get lost in it. And then the writing is kind of just like where I take my time and I kind of just like come
That's
out with
true.
something.
That's true. Because for me, when it's podcasting, it's almost like, even though we do edit our podcast episodes, it's still a very much whatever I have to say it that moment.
shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For you, there's a lot of editing beforehand, even before you hop onto the mic. So what's your workflow where you're writing? Let's say you're writing lyrics for a song. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever write to get an impression out of somebody, or do you write to get what you want to say out?
I feel like I used to do that. I feel like I used to kind of like try and write what I thought would sound cool. And I feel like everybody goes through that phase. But like at this point, I kind of try and like stop filtering like it through that like cool filter and kind of just start trying to be as real as possible and as genuine as possible.
Yeah. No, that's fact. I feel like when you're trying to appeal to the crowd, it's like, I don't know, it gives like a fake, it's not genuine, you know?
Yeah, I
like,
hear that.
Because like when I'm designing stuff, it's like, oh, am I only making this to sell money? You feel me?
Yo, yeah. And the thing is, I feel like with fashion, it's such like I feel like it's hard to not think about that side of it when it's something that you're directly
isn't
selling.
that impossible though? I swear that shit's impossible.
It is to an extent, like unless you're like the purest, like you're the purest form of artist, right? I feel like there's ways to do it. I feel like there's people that do it well and know how to like walk that tightrope, and then there's also like
that's probably what separates like the regular from the greatest, right? If you can
Probably.
find that perfect balance, because you want to stay true to yourself, but at the same time you want to appeal to somebody. How do you stay true if there's a trend going on? Do you break that trend, or do you make your trend?
The thing is this, like, I feel like with trends, there's like stuff that you can latch onto from that and like make it your own. I don't think you should fully like just hop from trend to trend. I think like, I feel like in all types of things, like I feel like there's a lot of genres where trends don't really matter.
True,
Like,
that's very true.
especially in like for film, like because things move at such a slow rate, like film, sometimes fashion as well, but like it depends. I feel like in film, especially because things move at such a slow rate, it's like it's hard to follow a trend. So if you make something, it's just gonna be what it is.
Yeah, facts. Speaking of film though, do you take any like inspiration in your music from
100%,
film?
100%. I think like music videos, because like for all my music videos, my process is very like I bake like damn near like a script for it. Like it's just visual references of what I want it to look like, what I kind of want the storyboard to be, and then like just flesh it out with like my team. Like shout out Arman. But yeah, and so like a lot, like almost all of that is visual reference from films, random YouTube videos, like just random things, and then I try and put like slick little references in the music every once in a while as well. So
How much of like a movie lover are you? Because for me, I'm so much of a movie lover, bro.
I can tell
that
still.
I think I'm in a movie right now. Like this very second, I think it's a scene.
That's
Like literally,
Nah,
I can pretend like there's a soundtrack or some shit. I can pretend there's cameras following me. Like that's my mindset whenever I'm walking around, like doing regular shit. Like I go
hear
to the
that.
toilet, it feels like a movie.
I hear that though. Like I don't know, like for me, I just used to be on a lot of movies heavy before.
Yeah.
I don't have that much time now, but like I used to watch just any and everything and kind of just like I think that probably influenced why I'm such like I'm kind of all over the place just in terms of like what I like creatively now.
True.
But yeah, definitely like a lot of
Facts.
motivation
No,
from
that shit is like everyday life though.
Yeah.
Because it's like, because I'm not a movie watcher, right?
Yeah.
So I have limited sources to get my inspiration, right?
Yeah, I hear that.
But I'm coming out with like something because last week we got kicked out of a club.
Oh
and,
shit.
And the guy told me like you can't get in, right, no more. And I took that, and my new design coming up is literally a club promotion piece,
That's
and on the back it's gonna
hard.
say you can't get in and shit like that. So
That's
it's like,
hard. See, I feel like real life will do that to you though.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's what I love about like I don't know certain writers and just certain like I was looking into like Issey Miyake like recently, just because like exactly, because he passed, and I just wanted to know about, like, I just like learning about shit like that, right? And like I found like a link between him and like the people around him is like, it's so like directly to their life experience, and like what they do is a direct influence on like how they grew up or like what they see and just stuff like that. So I find that like life will do that, like it'll hit you with inspiration whether you want it to or not.
Yeah, that's true. Do you think like certain things come into your life on purpose to push your creative route?
I think, I don't even know if it's always, I don't know, like I feel like it can be for many different reasons. I think the creativity is just, it's gonna happen regardless. Like I feel like if that's in you, then you're gonna find something to push your creativity from like all types of places, and so it's kind of good.
What do you think comes first? Do you think the situation that inspired it, or the idea after? You know what I mean? Like you can, let's say a date you had with a girl inspired a song, right? Do you think it's the feeling after or that moment exactly when you live it?
For me, it's like, I think I kind of like subconsciously like bottle the feeling and then like try and tap into it at a different time. And like one thing I started doing is like trying not to lose that. Cause like me personally, like I try to, like in my regular life, I'm like try to be like a balanced person, right? But I feel like in music, I want to show as much personality as possible, whether that's like good, positive, like negative. So like I kind of want to channel that. So I'll start like recording off my phone for a little bit just to like capture that and then save that.
Are you like a shy person? Because I don't really hang out with you like
exactly.
every day. So like, are you more like an introvert or?
Bro, I used to be a crazy introvert.
Oh yeah.
But like one thing I kind of just started doing was just like in my mind, like kind of like, I don't know, like pushing myself off the edge, like in my mind, and kind of being like, you're scared to do this, so do it right now. And if you don't do it right now, then like, I don't know, like on some like, I don't know, it's weird. It's definitely weird.
I get it though.
But yeah.
You gotta push yourself, because I think everybody started as an introvert in some way.
Yeah.
Think about it. When we were little kids, your parents told you what? Don't talk to strangers. So if we're taught don't talk to strangers at a young age, everybody's gonna be introvert at some point.
That's true. I feel like unless your parents just instilled you with like the most confidence, the most outgoing spirit, like more than likely you're gonna lean towards being introverted. That's true. Yeah.
Nah, but going back to flow state, I feel like I seen that on your because we went to the first performance, right?
Oh,
was that your first? Was that your first ever performance?
Okay, so I'll tell you a story. It's my second technically. My first one was when I was like 16 at some club that I was too young to get in. Yeah.
I gotta hear that story.
It was like one song, no, two songs. I came out to perform a song with one of my friends who did music.
Like like he brought you out type thing.
Yeah. Okay. But like that was my first like my performance. Yeah.
Now, cause I seen it, and at the back when I kind of snuck in the back, I seen you and I was like, yo, he's really locked.
Nah, yeah.
Like, I've never seen someone so focused before, right?
It's that REM state.
It's really that REM state. And then I think is it Andrew?
Yeah.
Andrew, he's like he comes up to me, he's like, no, he's locked. He's locked. He's ready to go. And I've never seen you like jump around on stage. Like I've never seen that part of you. So it was like,
it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's an urgency to it. Like it's like you can't hold back in situations like that, because at the end of the day, like people can feel when you're holding back. So like if there's people that came out and like they came to like support me, like not everybody gets to do that, right? So it's like if you go on that stage, like there's no point in holding half the energy and like hoping that you get another chance, because like you never know.
Yeah.
So it's like
you just gotta jump in the water.
Exactly.
Type of thing, right?
Exactly.
I think that's the most important. A lot of people don't really realize is it's all comfort zone. It's all getting comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like if I never ran a podcast before, if I sit in this chair and try to run a podcast, I have to be comfortable with it in this moment.
I hear that.
Because if I don't at this very moment, then how am I gonna know later, right?
Yeah.
I think it's always like a constant fight. Like it's never even just being introverted. Because me naturally, I am an introvert.
Yeah.
I'm actually not extroverted, to be honest. I think some astrology shorty told me I'm Aquarius, so I'm introverted and extroverted at the same time. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, it's like an ambivert.
Oh shit.
But I think what it really means is, it's just like that fight of, do I want to fight today? Let's say I'm an introvert, but do I want to fight today to be extrovert?
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. I feel like a lot of things like that are like a daily struggle. I feel like life is kind of like you just kind of like work at whatever things you need to work at, and then you just hope that you slowly get better.
Facts. That's actually true. Yeah. Because I think. Do you think we're all naturally good at something though? That's a good question. Like from the jump.
I don't know if it's all. Like, I can't speak for anybody else's experience. Like, I feel like I'm naturally good at things, and like the people around me I think are naturally good at things. I think it's just a matter of like what you want to do more than anything. I feel like you'll get good at, like, you can get good at what you want to get good at. Maybe you won't be as good as like a person who's supernaturally talented, but you can get to similar levels. Maybe not the same one as, you know, if you.
Because I always had this dilemma in my head, right? Is if you're so good at something, but your dream is something else, would you throw away what you're really good at to try and do something that you want to do? Like your heart's telling you to do, but you're already good at something else. Let's say you're Michael Jordan playing basketball, but your heart's saying like baseball. Right? Are you gonna take that leap to go baseball instead? Or are you gonna stick to your guns?
I think like, I don't know. I think it depends on what your situation is. Like, if you're Michael Jordan and your heart is telling you like baseball, you have the resources and all that other stuff to like go do that. I think some people, like, they're just not in this situation where they could just do that. But me personally, like, I advocate for that. Like, I also advocate for like really like blocking your time and your energy off for what you really want. You know, like, it's okay to balance, but just mind that balance.
No, it's also like a timing thing too. It's like if you're not even good at something but you want to be like good at something, then you're gonna put all that time in, and then you're gonna have to take it serious. Because like I don't know, it's like, when did you start taking this stuff serious? Like, are you still in school or not?
Yeah, I'm still,
you're still in school?
Off school right now. But
off school right now? You're just grinding?
Yeah.
But yeah, what was that like switch where it's like, fuck, like now I gotta tap in, like?
Bro, it was, I would say like honestly, like, it's so weird because I've been making music for a while, but like there've kind of been two jump off points. Like when I made my first project, and then last year when I made my project DMT, like it was just so, like I was going through a lot at the time, like a lot, and like I think that kind of sparked the urgency. Like you just have to do it, or like, you know, like I kind of gave myself no option.
I think that's the best thing, bro. Like I can wholeheartedly say the only reason I'm successful is because I have no backup.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Because if you go into something and you always have that little thing in the back of your head that, yo, I can always fall back on something. I can always fall back on this. Are you really going to do 100%?
Yeah.
Like my mom told me this. This was before I dropped out. She said, are you sure you want to do this? You sure you want to drop out and actually do this shit? I said, yes, for sure. And then she told me this. She said, I respect that because of this. If somebody took your mom, somebody took your parents, right, and said, I'm going to put a bullet in their brain if you don't show up at this time.
Yeah.
You're going to show up no matter what.
Exactly, yeah.
Even if you're busy, even if you have shit to do,
yeah.
Even if you have a schedule for something else, you're going to find a way to make that time because it's do or die, right?
Yeah.
And when your whole life is that, like literally everything, like you won't be able to eat if you don't do something. You won't be able to sleep if you don't do something. You won't be able to have shelter if you don't do something. Then everything's on the line. There's only one way up, bro.
Exactly.
There's literally only one way up, and it's success.